In this video from the series Get More Customers Using Marketing Automation, we'll talk about the difference between inbound and outbound marketing. Inbound and outbound are the two main philosophies of approaching the customer and two opposed models of marketing. The outbound approach is aggressive and oriented for quick results, so it pushes customers to buy. The inbound method, on the other hand, stresses the importance of building trust, educating the customer, and listening to them. In this paradigm, a marketer tries to follow their needs and not force a fast buy. In other words, inbound could be summarized with the phrase, "Don't disturb your customer." We'll look now at a detailed comparison between inbound marketing and outbound marketing. So we'll look at both of them and we'll see which are the vehicles used in them. First, inbound marketing. We are using content like blogs, podcasts, ebooks, videos, quizzes, entertainment, and search engine marketing. An ad will appear and then the user is looking for a product, for example, when they search for it. An ad is tailored to customers' interests and needs. Interaction with users is a two-way dialogue. We are using social media for that. Customer is a prosumer. Researches looks for more information. Customers are rational, know what they want, and are prepared to the purchase, armed with data. They don't trust salespeople. Brand follows the customers. We pull user with incentive, like an interesting ebook or a nice download or something else. And it has long-term aims like building a long-term relationship, an assumed long-term relationship, and education. Outbound uses ads in press, radio, and TV, pop-ups, web pop-ups, recommendation engines, push notifications, and telemarketing. The ad interrupts the user when they are doing something unrelated to the product or shopping. The ad is generic and perceived as an intruder, usually resulting in the user ignoring it, like what is called banner blindness. It's a one-way relationship. Marketers speak, customers listen. Customers are lazy and want the work to be done for them, and this is a fact. They like comfort, convenience, and optimization. Instead of doing things manually, they will try to find an app for it or a way to hack the process. The customer is impulsive, susceptible to suggestions, and buys on a whim. The brand precedes the customers. We push them to buy. Is a short-term aid concerning immediate sales in the goal. So look, there are quite some difference between inbound and outbound marketing. The relationship between the two is often described as an evolution from the archaic push to the modern inbound. In such a narrative, the history of marketing consists of three stages. 1 to 3. First one, before the web. Back then, access to information was limited. Learning about the product required a lot of time and effort, so the customer, considering the purchase, relied totally on the salesperson. Salespeople had incomparable knowledge at their disposal, so they controlled the shopping process. The second stage, the dawn of online marketing, or what is called the push age. Marketers relished the power of the internet. Advertising on forums or social media was free, banners on websites were much cheaper than ads in the press, and banners couldn't be ignored. You could measure its efficiency. No wonder it ended in massive spamming, which is awful for customers and ineffective for marketers. Spraying ads blindly without targeting couldn't deliver impressive results. Marketers tried to translate old-fashioned strategies to new media where advertising was cheaper. And the third stage is called customer rebellion, or the birth of inbound. Finally, users couldn't take the spam anymore. Do you remember having your inbox filled with tons of spam? Or motley websites full of glittering banners and pop-ups that cover the text you want to read? Who can stand it? That's how a new marketing philosophy was born. Seth Godin called it permission marketing, and it was quickly labeled the marketing approach for the new millennium. Godin said that marketing actions must only be addressed to people who have agreed to it. In essence, emails can only be sent to individuals who opted in for newsletters. Banners should be displayed to a targeted group of users interested in a given product. And instead of attacking whoever comes along with a banner, you might consider creating a useful blog post published on a portal that attracts your potential customers. The idea of permission marketing gave rise to the concept of inbound, a belief that consumers that are empowered with the knowledge readily available online are now in charge of the shopping process, and marketers should accompany them, assist them, educate them, but never force them to buy. The idea of customers and marketing going hand in hand from purchase to purchase seems fantastic, but the reality doesn't meet the idyllic picture that inbound evangelists depict. But why inbound doesn't really work? Companies that blog generate 77% leads and 97% more links than the business that don't do it. One post a month is enough. Generating a lead with inbound marketing is 62% cheaper when compared to outbound. 79% of companies that use content marketing see a greater return on investment from inbound. The content that doesn't convert. You probably know these stats and many others that back up inbound, but you probably wonder why it doesn't look like that in your company, in your business. You invest in content creation, produce a lot of high quality materials, share your knowledge, but see no substantial results. Even if people read your posts or watch your videos, they prefer to shop at your competitors, and this is very bad. Authenticity in social media. You try to engage in social media, show your company life, and try to be as authentic as possible. You invest hours in crafting personal messages and adding a human touch to your marketing. However, your customers don't appreciate that and prefer to share cut memes than your photos from your last company party. Sadly, the effort you put in social media doesn't pay off. Don't disturb the customer. After having become a Seth Godin psycho fan, you don't want to disturb the customer or interrupt them in any way. Banners, pop-ups, or SMS messages have disappeared from your communication, and you realize that you are still not growing. Your database, sales, and traffic have all stopped. Do these all pull techniques really work? Investment in great content, search engine optimization, and social media can betray your expectations if you don't include a couple of push technologies. In other words, interrupting your customer from time to time is a must. Why is that? Mobile has changed the way we use the internet, the way we shop, learn, and communicate. We multitask as our attention span gets shorter. We get more impatient and want things to be done as quickly as possible. Consequently, websites mimic the mechanics of mobile apps more and more. Inbound and outbound tactics don't exclude each other. Many marketers get trapped in the maze of fancy brand buzzwords, but most of them do nothing else except describe something that was already there. Inbound, despite being treated by some as a new religion, must be combined with push methods to succeed. How mobile devices changed marketing. Mobile has not only transformed the role of smartphones in our lives, but also our approach to the web and our communication on it. 80% of internet users browse the web on their smartphones, and this is true. Mobile content consumption has exceeded desktop consumption by a significant margin. For many consumers, mobile devices are the most convenient way to access the internet. It's estimated that in USA alone, mobile commerce, a subdivision of e-commerce, will grow from $54.6 million in 2014 to $96.3 million until the end of 2016. E-commerce forecasts show a 9 to 11% growth rate per year, while mobile commerce develops more dynamically at the 26 to 32% per year rate. 22 million commerce markets around the globe will grow from $102 billion to $291 billion in 2016. 71% of marketers believe that mobile is the key channel for their businesses. 68% of today's marketers integrate mobile into their overall strategy. 58% of today's marketing firms have a dedicated mobile team. Mobile apps are called the most significant marketing technology today. Mobility, not just mobile. Mobile is no longer an addition to your regular marketing strategy. It's how your consumers research, communicate, and shop. For this reason, some specialists postulate the use of the term mobility instead of mobile to express the enormous shift in consumer behavior. Mobility denotes a switch signified by using mobile devices to search for information related to a situation then consumers find themselves in at the moment. When your car breaks, you reach for your smartphone to find the nearest service station, right? Choosing apps over mobile browsers, expecting personalized offers tailored to the context, expecting 24/7 customer service. What is appification? You can clearly see that today's consumers not only prefer smartphones to computers, but also place apps above mobile browsers. Active users. Apps don't work the same way as websites do. That statement appeals not only to mobile apps, but also to those you have on your laptop, desktop, or your IoT smart device. Apps make life easier, and most customers use them before they visit the website. The app simply feels more convenient. Reg Agarwal writes that more and more websites resemble apps every day, and he calls that trend appification. We are moving from the idea of websites as containers to the concept of the web as a network of apps that helps us solve problems, collect data to optimize processes, and suggest to us the best solutions for the moment. The appification trend means that consumers are getting used to that mode of using the web. They want to optimize completing tasks, not passive reading on websites. That's why push logic, the logic of suggesting database solutions to customers before they realize they need them, is the future of the web, both for mobile apps and the desktop internet. The web will soon resemble a mobile app. A big reverse towards the push logic. 5 or 10 years ago, the web operated on the pull principle. You opened your browser and typed in the question or product you wanted to research as you were navigating a vast catalog full of static records. You were responsible for spotting the right pieces. Dries Buytaert claims that this is the reason why inbound marketing used to be so popular. It corresponded to the way people used the web. However, that era is coming to an end before our eyes. The new internet, the push-based web, is rising and will dominate in the next 10 years. Why is that? Companies collect more and more user data, which leads to the enhancement of predictive algorithms. Recommendation engines are now very powerful and drive substantial revenue for brands like Netflix, Amazon, or Shopify. This trend will only continue to grow. Consumers will want more relevant offers and messages tailored to their personal context. When brands leverage data to personalize ads, both the standards and customers' expectations will increase. Apps like mobile, desktop, IoT have become a part of our everyday lives, and push notifications develop a basic form of communications. The big reverse: products and services find you by themselves. In other words, due to smart recommendations, products and services will find you before you even begin to search for them. The offer will precede the need. Imagine that your plane is late. A hotel utilizing big data could use that opportunity to offer you a hotel room. When your running shoes wear off, you will get an offer for new ones because of a small sensing device built in your sneakers. You will get a discount for a coffee exactly when you pass by your favorite coffee shop. Beacons for offline tracking and geolocation can do that. An app will remind you about servicing your computer because it registers your drives. Soon, you won't have to type anything in the search box and browse results. Apps will take that work off your shoulders, that will analyze the relevant data to deliver to you what you need most at the moment. Facebook or Google now apply that methodology today. These platforms pick the most interesting news for you depending on what you have read and liked before. As a result, the internet will stop being a catalog and evolve into more of a virtual personal assistant.